Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I wasn't expecting my video on Pearl to do so well. But it has, and I'm pretty happy about that. So what can I do to follow us up? Well, how about a video reviewing it and asking and possibly even answering the question, why do we love it so much? When I was looking for reasons for why we all liked it so much, I found that several different people liked it all for different reasons. Some love its artistic aspects, some love the way it tackles mature themes, some love the story and characters, or maybe it's those kick-ass songs.
Go ahead and try, hit me if you're able. Can't you see that my relationship is stable? I can see you hate the way we intermingle, but I think you're just mad cause you're single. And you're not gonna stop what we made together. We are gonna stay like this forever if you break us.
But regardless, why do we love it so much? For me, this show helped me out during a rough patch I went through last year. No joke, I was feeling really depressed and it felt like nothing was worth it anymore. Of course, I'm there now. And I'm not going to talk about that in this video, I'm here to talk about the show itself. Why do we like it so much? Well, I'm not going to claim to know the answers, but I'm sure as hell gonna try and find them. This is my review of Steven Universe.
5, 6, 7, 8.
First of all, let's look at the show itself. It's weird. Like, really weird. It's the first children's TV show to star LGBT characters as its heroes. This entire show is absolutely fabulous.
The gayness! It's off the charts! We're getting into the gigaqueer range! Ah!
But as everybody has pointed out, it's a lot more than that. Most other YouTubers have talked about how they thought they were just getting into a regular kids show, only to find something with much more depth and complexity. For me, that wasn't the case. I already heard that the story gets really good halfway through season 1, so I just had to trust what I'd heard. But even so, I was still surprised by what I found. Steven Universe is not just fun, it's inspiring, touching, even thought-provoking at times. It uses the character's sexual orientation as a way of discussing the topic. Rebecca Sugar herself has stated that the gems are genderless. It works because it never lets that aspect of the characters be their exclusive defining feature, and always puts their personalities at the forefront. It makes the characters feel real, incredibly likable, and creates romantic relationships that you genuinely care about. The result is something that teaches the concept of love to children and discusses it with adults. That's what the show's theme is. Love. How complex it is, how simple it can be sometimes. It's something we all want but can't always have. We're happy when we have it, but it's crushing when we lose it. Which leads me to the next reason why we all love it so much, the artistic aspect. This show is absurdly clever in what it's not telling you. There are so many hidden details, hints, clues, and foreshadowing. Literally, you could go on for hours about the show's hidden backstory. My video about Pearl? That's only scratching the surface. Hell, some of the stuff that I know isn't even from me, it's from the videos I've been watching. For example, I learned about the plan of Rose Quartz when I watched a video suggesting of whether or not Steven was actually a weapon invented by Rose. I'm not going to talk about that, but I am going to talk about the plan itself. I have no idea what it actually is. But if you look closely, you can find hints in certain places. For example, in that video I mentioned earlier, the narrator points out how odd it is that Rose knew how human gem birthing worked.
I'm going to become half of you.
That is weird. How did Rose know it worked like that? As far as we know, Steven is the first human gem hybrid. His very existence is uncharted territory. It's also odd that Rose didn't tell the crystal gem certain other things. One of the characters is a big pink fluffy lion that Steven has as a pet. You find out later that Rose left this lion for Steven but didn't tell anybody about it. That's weird. She had this lion but didn't tell anybody about it? She didn't even leave a note for Steven saying, "Dear Steven, hope you're enjoying life, here's a pet lion for you, love, Mom." Not even anything like that? Continuing this analogy, skipping ahead from season 1 to season 4 in the episode Bubby's Book. Steven and Connie read a book by Bubby Budwick, the first mate of the founder of Beach City. In Bubby's story, he meets Rose and she has a pack of 7 lions. Wait a minute. If Rose had 7 lions, and Steven has one of them, where are the other 6? You see what this show does to people? There's so many layers of depth from its story to its themes to its lore that it gets to the point where it becomes addictive. And that's the sign of a great piece of art. With stuff like abstract art house movies, you get the idea. You're only being given half the story and you're supposed to figure the rest out for yourself. For me, Steven Universe has this magic that makes me want to analyze it. While I was watching it, I felt more and more compelled to make my way through it because I wanted to know more and more about the story, characters, and world. Watching this show feels like making a new friend, greatly enjoying your time with this friend. But then at some point the two of you stop and have a discussion about life, the universe, and everything. It's like falling in love. Well played, Rebecca Sugar. Well played. And that's what the universal appeal of Steven Universe is, that it has something for everyone. My favorite episode of this show is Mindful Education, largely due to its song Here Comes a Thought. This is a song that I found myself humming to constantly. I'm autistic, so I suffer from anxiety sometimes, so having a song like this in my life really helps me deal with that aspect of myself. As well as the fantastic way the episode sends its message. It's rare that I find a piece of fiction that I relate to so directly, and that's the sign of a show that knows what it's doing. Steven Universe knows how to talk about heavy subjects, but it also knows how to have fun, making for something that's relaxing and enjoyable to watch, but also meaningful and progressive. I have found the show inspiring, motivating, thought-provoking. I have yet to get tired of it, and I wholeheartedly look forward to seeing where it goes next. And with that, I think it's time to end this video. But that doesn't mean the discussion has to end, so I'm going to leave you with this question. Why do you like Steven Universe? Do you think it's a great show? Do you have a personal reason for it? Comment below, start the discussion, and for now, see ya.